Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Yes, that's right, we're back. And so are you. Good, right. Stuff happened previously, we're building up money again. We might want to go and buy an auction vehicle and do it up. But we've done a bit of that, so I think I'm still grinding away on the jobs happily. This looks like a full-on job. So it's a Bolthorn. I'm still not quite sure how best. It's probably supposed to be Bolthorn. Well, it sounds quite, car-y. Is that a thing? Car-y? How car-y does this name sound? Ooh, I don't know. About a 4? What, like a Ford? No, just a 4. Yeah, okay, just taking the wheels off without even thinking about it. Engine, knocking noises. What do you need? Timing parts. General running gear. General well, fludge it. Let's take the wheels off anyway. We see a wheel, hub or axle in there that's causing a problem. Wheel hub bearing. There we go. And some sway bar issue. This looks a bit knackered. Let's get that off. What's this on? It's on 72 and our cut-off is 68, so that's fine. Let's pop that back on for now. Because, I've still got all my inventory from all the previous things, so I don't want to get confused. I wish I'd remember to get rid of that sometimes. Alright, exhaust manifold there. Let's carry on with the running gear whilst we're doing that. Another... is that... we don't have brakes. Oh, it's the knuckle itself, isn't it? Let's take the brakes off then. Get that. Yeah, and the front wheel hub. Oh, you have to take out the little bearing for that. Alright, there we go. Nutty nuts. Tie rods. How do we get this off? Take all the other stuff off, right. Fair enough. It doesn't look nearly as bad as the other side. Can't take it. I have to take it off anyway, so. I'll take that from underneath. Excuse me. Power steering pump there. It's a bit chewy. So we can't take that off until we've lifted it up. Alright, let's check the back out. So we've got some chocolatey bush. Everyone's favourite. Almost a joke. That's the actual hub itself by the looks of it. So let's take off the brakings. Yeah, so we have to take out this out as well. Alright, there we go. Whatever that bit's called again. Wheel hub bearing. Good. Right, there's plenty of chocolate back here. That one needs to come off. That has to come off. That needs to come off. Yep, that needs to come off. So does this. That comes out from underneath with a sway bar. Oh, there's a fuel filter there, or whatever it was, a fuel pump in the fuel tank as well. I noticed. Just pop that out whilst we're seeing stuff. Oh, so non-chocolatey bush, but we need to get off the suspension arm. Yeah, looks like we can take the brakes off as well on this side. Okay, oops. Alright, so the sway bar is pretty yucky. There's another chocolatey bush. It comes out from underneath. I have to take these off though. The sway bar that comes out from underneath. Alright. Little bushes are okay. Oh, that bushing isn't though. It looks like it has to come off. So I have to remove. Oh, I don't know if I have to remove that actually. Whoops. Okay, so now we can start checking the engine for all the bits in here that need doing. Starting with these timing parts. Let's get these belts and everything off. Some of these rollers need replacing. Water pump pulley needs replacing. Water pump needs replacing. Is this the power steering? Yeah, the power steering pump, that needs replacing. So I'm not sure what the timing parts need work. Let's have a look. Okay, none of the ones further in, so we don't have to go any deeper. We do have knocking noises from the engine though. It looks like the engine head on this side's a bit... yeah, it's very brown. So we have to strip the engine off on this side at least. It might be required for us to do the other side, I don't know yet. It's hard to say, hard to be sure. Alright. Take the head off, or the block head, or whatever it's called. You blockhead. Oh, another one. Alright. So was this spark plug? That was 24%, right. Now you notice I didn't need to take any more of the timing gear off. Well, I need to get these camshafts out, and guess what? I need to take off these cam gears, and they're under here, so I do have to take off all this. I thought I'd saved myself some drudge work. In fact, I need to take both sides off. I forget this about the... well, I don't forget it, I try and block it out. I think it's more accurate. This is the V8 engine. If you want to get into the timing, you have to take off both engine head covers. Which I think is slightly annoying. Still, where would the fun be if it was all too easy, eh? This car needs fixing. Press 1 to fix. Okay, car is fixed. Press 2 for next car. Right, so now we can take off the timing cover now that we've got both the head covers off. And then we can release the timing belt and then the cam gears. And that means we can take out the camshafts. And then finally we can remove, once we've got these other bits off, the throttle. Oops, just get the fuel filter off over there. And now we can remove the engine head. There we go. Alright. Now, these pistons look a bit knackered. That's a bit of a worry. This means I should have really tested it beforehand. Find and fix all engine problems. The engine isn't working, it's choppy. That's the electrics more like. Yeah, we found most of those. We might have another spark plug over here to remove for that. Yeah, this is a brown. Chocolatey spark plug, so that should be all of those. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, there are more engine issues, so I think I probably have to go deeper. Let's take those off phosphor here. Can I examine these without having used the... no. Can I use the compression tester now, bizarrely? That'd be the weird thing to do, wouldn't it? Oops. Compression test. You should really fail, because I've removed half of the... it's like trying to blow up a balloon that you've cut in half. But yes, some of the pistons are knackered. I'll take that information, that's pretty useful. So 2 on this side, so there's definitely 1 on this side, so I do have to remove it all. Okay, well I thought I probably did, but it is nice to be sure, because it's a bit fiddly taking... well, I'll take a lot of the fiddly bits off to be fair, but... you don't want to go too deep into the engine if you don't need to. Okay, so now take off this head. So of course, to take out the pistons, we need to also remove the oil pan, and therefore the oil. So that's something to do when we've lifted it up. I've taken a lot of the car apart. Was there gearbox problems as well, perchance? No. Although, that's not to say that there isn't a problem in the gearbox. Right, well I guess it's time to put it up in the air and do a lot of the stuff that requires it to be legs akimbo. Let's get the oil drain. Now, this is theoretically... now, they've said they fixed something about one of the oil drain issues. But I don't know whether it's to do with these, because there's a definite issue here. Previously, there's a thing on the Steam forums as well that shows you how to do this. The way to position your oil drain was to look as far up as you can, which is what I can look left and right, but I can't look any further up. And then walk underneath and position yourself so that the oil drain was just below your cursor, and that would be the right spot. Now if I do that here, you notice that looking from the side and looking straight up, where is the oil thing? It's back here somewhere, so it is actually going to be just missing. So Like I said, I don't know if they've fixed it or whether you could actually catch. Maybe you couldn't catch the oil at all. But I'm going to actually go slightly the other side of it and then double check. So it doesn't help that it's hard to see where the oil drain hole is. Right, so the oil drain hole is actually on that little bit there. Okay, so it's kind of underneath here. Whoops. So yeah, I think it's still missing. Let's just push it forward a bit more. So, like that. Let's just try that. Whoops, wrong button. Hey! There we go. Okay, that worked. No minus 100 cost. There we go, so I think you can all agree that that time was well spent. It probably cost me $100 in wages just to dick about that long. Anyway, don't have to pay wages. It's a simulation. Right, so now we can get rid of the stuff that we need to be in the air for. Get these parts. Lovely. What else we got? Oh yeah, the oil pan. I can take that off. That'd be embarrassing to forget to take that off. You can definitely see the chocolatiness under here. Right, let's zoom in a bit. So the crankshaft looks okay. So I have to take those out from up top. But here we go. Look, crankshaft bearing cap. These are often dicky, so once you're looking in here, it's worth checking those out. Okay, that seems to be it. So we're done there. Let's go up the rear, as the actress to the bishop, and take off all this running gear that we need to get rid of. Sway bar. Suspension arm. Right, there's a dodgy bushing. Right, how are we doing? Got a dodgy bushings. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so let's check our list. So still a couple of engine problems we've not found. Still not found the knocking noises. Could be the gearbox. Engine oil we've drained. Timing parts we've done. Got all the running gear now. That's nice. So it's just the engine issues we've got to double check. Now, of course, we can remove the pistons, which may well be the problem, before I go on a 10-minute search for things that I've probably already found. So the trouble is, yeah, once you know that it's the problem, you forget, but you haven't removed it, so it doesn't add it to that list that I was just checking. So you have to be careful not to rely on it without being aware. So now, if we double check, still got 2 parts there. Of course, we had the diagnostic, hadn't we? So it probably added them to the list. See. So about the only part of the engine that we've not really pulled apart to check is the gearbox. So I'm going to go right ahead and assume that's where the problem is. Let's pop it up in the air. Have at it. What was I talking about? Gearbox, already forgotten. Yeah, the front of the car, please. Actually, to be fair, I want the drive shaft off, so that requires being in the middle. Let's do that. Spin round and reach down the other end. It's another actress to the bishop moment, isn't it? Alright, transfer case. Oh no, I'm going to take off the front drive shaft first, then the transfer case. And then hopefully, inside the... Oops, the starter motor, of course. Hopefully, inside the gearbox is some chocolatey goodness that will solve all our problems. That's right, chocolatey goodness. I'm not seeing a full degree of chocolatey goodness in here. In fact, I'm going to take these off, but you should be able to see the chocolate through these. I am distinctly disappointed that there is no chocolate here. Crankshaft's on 73%, that's fine. So, what part have I not... what have I not done? Oh dear. So, 73, yeah. 77. 72, 75. So yeah, that was all okay. Well, I must admit I didn't check the flywheel, but it wasn't chocolatey at all, so... I'm going to stick with that was fine. So let's put all this back together again. 73. Oh, what was that on? 68. Oh, it's right on the money. I thought it was too low. Never mind. 69%. Okay, good. Right, so back to the Discovery and working out what it is that I haven't taken off the front of the vehicle. Whoops! Oh, my cursor's doing that thing where it's always going forwards. That's going to make it much easier to do anything. Yeah, I can't look down now. Could be the radiation stuff. I just need to sort this problem out then. Okay, quick stop, quick quit and restart, sort out the movement issue. Okay, so continuing our examination of what has gone awry with the noise in the engine. So what's this bar on? What's that? 70%, is that below? No, 68 is our threshold. Right, let's pop that back on. Alternator, oil filter, radiator. What's making the clanging noises? Right, let's have it down so we can have a closer look at it. Oh, I suppose it could be on the other side of the top of the engine. I know, I've taken that all off. What about the radiator? Oh, the radiator fan! What about the radiator? No, just the radiator fan. Okay, we've made some slight progress. Knocking noises of the radiator fan. So the engine's choppy. What about the fuel? We've got that fuel pump at the back. Fuel filter. That was okay. Oh, the battery. Tell me it's the battery. Fucking battery. Jesus Christ. Okay, the engine's still choppy though, to be fair. We found everything else, but this engine is choppy. So electrics have been pulled out. Oil filter, is that? I haven't taken that off. I have to take that off, isn't it? It's part of the... it could be doing the job. Oil filter. There we go, and that's at 5%, so that's probably the job. It's not the job. Engine is choppy. Okay. Bring it back down. Yes, not litter. Calling me litter. Alright. Choppy performance. We've taken off the exhausty bits. We've got the throttle and all that off. We've had the gearbox off. Alternator. Don't know how good quality that is. Oh, the air filter, of course. Oh, flippin' heck. I'm being so slow today. I do apologise. I thought about it earlier on, but didn't say anything for some reason. Alright, let's get in the right mode. And it'd be funny if it was one of these clips. And let's find the air filter is black. There you go. Choppy performance, of course, it's down to the bloody air intake. Right, so just to show that that's what it's there. Yeah, it's all done now. Okay, awesome. Right, let's purchase a shed load of stuff. In one. So, battery, air filter. I can shift click, almost forgot. Shift click, shift click. Right, what do we need? 2 cam gears and a camshaft V8. 2 cam gears and a camshaft V8. Camshaft bearing, crankshaft bearing cap and an engine head V8. Crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing cap. And a something V8. Engine block, was it? Engine head V8. Engine head V8. Exhaust manifold V8 idle roller. Exhaust manifold V8 idle roller. 2 of those and a B. 2 A's and a B? Yeah. Then 4 ignition coils and 3 pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 pistons. 3 pistons for conrods. Power steering pump V8 radiator fan. Power steering pump V8 radiator fan. Serpentine belt V8 A and B. Serpentine belt V8 A and V8 B. 2 sparkies and a timing belt V8. 2 sparkies and a timing belt V8. And a water pump pulley. Water pump pulley. Alright, the engine is working, but it's choppy. Air filter, fuel filter, pure pump. I think I bought one of those. Air filter, fuel filter. Where are you? Little fuel filter and a fuel pump. Fuel rail DI and 5 ignition coils. Fuel rail DI, 5 ignition coils. 1, 2, 3. Knocking noises. Radiator fan. Did I not buy a radiator fan? I did. Wow, look at my memory work. Engine oil. Yeah, so oil filter V8. Oil filter V8, new timing part, so a belt tensioner which I already bought, a timing belt V8 times 2, one of which has already been bought, confusingly. Timing belt V8, and also I think we've got a water pump pulley already, haven't we? Yeah. So we just need a water pump V8. Water pump V8. So, and then general running gear, here we go, bottom suspension arm. Yes, everyone needs one of those. Bottom suspension arm. Ooh, that's very comfortable. Front spring, front steering knuckle C. Front spring, front steering knuckle C. Front wheel hub, outer tie rod. Front wheel hub, outer tie rod. Rear drive axle, rear shock absorber A. Rear drive axle, shock absorber A. Shock absorber cap. Rear suspension arm A, and B. So rear suspension arm A, and B. Rear suspension upper arm, rear sway bar B. Rear suspension upper arm, sway bar B. 2 rear wheel hubs. 2 rubber bushings, 2 small rubber bushings. And 2 wheel hub bearings. Put it together. Oh, hang on. What about these? An inner tie rod. Okay, glad these are all separate. Inner tie rod. There it was. I think I already bought the outer tie rod. Sway bar front end link B times 2. Sway bar front something B times 2. 2 of these. Haven't got any of them yet. Yeah, I remember those. Right, okay. So let's spend quite a long time putting all this back together. So here we go. For a time-lapse version of this, press the fast forward button. Do 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 do. Right. Pistons. Oh yeah. Rebuild my engine. Doodle-dood. Make my engine nice and fast again. Do 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 do. Yeah, you can tell why I don't sing as a profession, can't you? Because I can't. Right, what else we got here? Exhaust manifold. Lovely jubbly. Fuel filter. Sparkles. Shafticus. There we go, the gears, the timing belts, and then the cover. Nice, okay. Let's do this bit on top. Intake manifold, DI, and throttle. Okay, that's the... Oh. Hello? Got some recalcitrant bolts. Get in there. Come on. What the? Hey, being a bit fussy. Alright, okay. Fuel well, DI. Already put that in. Awesome. Engine heads. Cover, block, head, cover things. Yeah, knowing the words. Ignition coils. Nice fresh ones for this side. Awesome. Multi. And some less fresh, but equally it's awesome. Oh, these are fresh. Would have had some spare. Let's not think about it, eh? Where are all these ignition coils coming from? Leaking fresh ignition coils. There's worse things to leak, I guess. Less socially acceptable things to leak. Right, oh yeah, got the whole front of this to do yet. Alright, crankshaft pulley, water pump, and various idle rollers. Oh, this will need a screw, of course. Idle rollers. Right, okay. And then with some complicated... Oh no, some belts to put on. Keep it all nice and tight. Tensioner to help that. Serpentine A. And the extra roller. Okay, so I think that's the whole front of the engine. Well, the whole engine, in fact, done. Right, let's get on with the running gear. Probably have to lift it up actually to deal with most of the sort of some of it. Okay. Yeah. Stick an axle in there, and that'll probably let me put the wheel on here. Okay. Whoop whoop. Reconstruction work. So put that on underneath. Yeah, typical. Well, we can do most of this stuff with it in the air, so let's just put it up in the air now. Bolty bolts. There we go. Oh yeah, and the shock absorber. And that spray bar thingy that I've actually clicked on. Spring and cap. Okay, oh, we've got the inner and outer tie rods there. Any bushings to replace? Not obviously. So I've got the brake systems go back on. Oh, and the hub bearing and axle, of course. There we go, and that makes that side complete as well. Love early, job early. Right, so hub. With screws, it takes slightly longer than I expect. Right. Shock absorber. Bushing. Rear sway bar. Suspension, all sorts of things. Oh, did I put that bushing in? No. Sway bar link. Lower suspension army bit with its stuff on. Yeah. Okay, and then let's remember the wheel hub bearing jobber and the axle. They're important. So I'm told. And then a wheel. Yeah. Wheelie. Wheelie. Right. Oh, don't forget the fuel thingy-majig whilst I'm here. Pump, that's the word. Alright. Little bushing. And oh, you've got some big bushings to put in as well. We put one of them in, I think, somewhere. So one more to find. I think it was in this cross member at the back here. Yeah. I do remember taking 2 out of this though, so I wonder if my memory's bad and there is another one to find. No, not obviously. It's not to say there isn't, it's just that I can't find it. Oh, that's the sway bar. Oh no, it's this rear suspension arm. Ah, this is the bushing that I'm thinking of. Here we go. Perhaps. Who knows? Right, anyway. If the worst comes to the worst, you can locate it as well with the little star I've not had to use for a long time. Okay, so let's check the list. So we haven't quite fixed the engine. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and the oil. But mainly we've done. Right, that's pretty cool. So what we have to do over here is put the crankshaft bearing cap back in under here. Zoom in a bit. There it is. And then we can put the oil pan back on. Yeah. And the oil filter. And that. Oh, and put the oil in, of course, which I always forget. In fact, one of my cars is in the garage without any oil in it, which I forgot about. Alright. This will be funny when I take it for a test drive one day. If I ever take it for a test drive. Right. So, replace the oil. Oh, it's reminding me that I haven't put the oil in, even though I just mentioned it and already forgotten it. Oh dear. Right, oil. Here it goes. Okay, there we are. Pang. So that should be all job done. It's quite a big job, but it was worth a bit of cash. Hey, yeah, it's quite good fun, not too hard. So thank you very much for watching. That was the Bolthorn Grand Mojave. Mojave. All sorts of different ways you can say that, apart from the grand bit, which is a bit boring. Grandee, I suppose you could say, or G-Randa. Yeah, I could be here all day. So what I'm going to do is leave.